James Holder, IFL TV, in association for MTK Global. With me, I've got none other than Don Charles. We're here today for the big announcement press conference. Your charge, Lewison, taking on Joyce in his first professional contest. Let's talk firstly a little bit about that fight, Don.
Well, you know, it's quite a surprising matchup in the sense that for Joyce is an Olympian, as we know. In my opinion, he actually won gold. I think that's everybody's opinion, and he got robbed of gold, which is unfortunate. He got awarded the silver. It's kind of, do you give him somebody in the caliber of Lewison for his pro debut? I personally wouldn't, but nevertheless, they know something based on Ian's professional career. They've looked at it, I'm sure. They've also given us notice. Again, I'm very surprised at that, because since I've been training Ian for the last 5 years, this is probably the longest notice we've been given for a preparation for a fight. When he fought Dylan White, when Ian Lewison fought Dylan White, we got 5 weeks notice, take it or leave it, and we took a chance, and he still did 10 rounds. Okay, he was effective for the first half of the fight, then obviously because of lack of preparation for the notification given, the energy drained. But this time, no excuses. We've been given adequate notice, and yeah, it's going to be a very good fight. You're in there with an Olympian, somebody who's very up at the moment, in the sense he wants to obviously make his mark in the professional ranks. And yeah, it's a very good test for Joyce. I believe we're going to win the fight for a lot of reasons. I'm not going to reveal what they are. All I know is that we're going to be victorious. And but it will be a cracking fight, and I have to commend David Hay for his bravery in actually putting somebody as dangerous as Ian Lewison, giving him against his apparently it's the biggest name on his promotional ring star, haymaker ring star. So that's you have to commend David Hay for that, for taking that chance to say, I believe in this guy so much, I'm going to put him in against a puncher like Ian Lewison.
Now, we've also got Michael Venom Page making his professional debut. He's making a transition from UFC and MMA into boxing. Very talented fighter in his own right. What do you expect from him in the professional ranks?
Well, I've been fortunate to have seen Michael. He has sparred in the past a couple of my fighters in my gym, and he's actually an exceptional boxer. And I think this guy is destined to the top. He will do very well as a boxer, because I've seen him close hand.
Do you think it's the right time for him to make that transition?
Most definitely. With
the Mayweather Conor McGregor, and there's been a lot of focus on that sort of fight. Do you think it gives him a platform to sort of
absolutely
to launch himself?
He couldn't have come into it in a better time. I've always said, my friend trains him, Alexi, from London Shoe Fighters, and I've always said a few years ago, I said, why don't you let Michael do boxing, straight boxing? He said that will happen eventually, and the time, like you said earlier on, the timing is perfect to turn over to doing straightforward Queensberry rules boxing.
Yeah. Did you happen to watch Floyd Mayweather v Conor McGregor, and what were your thoughts on the fight, Don?
Well, it is what it is. I think, you know, overall they gave a good account. No matter what people might say about Conor McGregor, he gave a good account of himself. Whether people are saying that Mayweather was carrying him, I don't believe he carried him in the first, second, third, possibly fourth round. No, I don't see any carrying there. Afterwards, perhaps, but it was a good spectacle. I enjoyed it, and he did very good for boxing.
Are you more excited about Saul Canelo Alvarez v Gennady Golovkin, or was you more excited about the Mayweather McGregor fight?
For the boxing purists, obviously the Canelo Golovkin is what a boxing purist will be more tuned into, wanted to see. But the world tuned in to watch the Mayweather McGregor episode.
Speaking of fights that the world's interested in seeing, no doubt the rematch between Dillian White and Dereck Chisora. There's been a lot of people requesting that fight. Has there been any movement or anything you can tell us regarding that?
Well, I'm not a promoter, but as you know, Dereck recently joined forces as the stable of Eddie Hearn. Has it gone public yet? Or am I going public?
I don't think that's gone public quite yet, Don, but...
Yeah, so listen, it's been mentioned. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. I've read stuff.
All right, well, we'll leave that as a rumour as of now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Don Charles, thank you very much for your time. If anything happens after the press conference, we will pick this up. But
Thank
we
you,
appreciate
James.
you giving us some time. Thanks, Don.
Thank you, James.